ready to play over here.
Absolutely. So on that note, good morning, everybody. And first thing I need to do is congratulate everyone here because you've made the final cut.
Okay.
Yes, Monster, I'm serious. Okay, well, there's one more surprise, but they're not in this room, so go ahead and let them know at any time they're good and pick up their checkings.
Oh, great.
All right.
What?
Seriously, everything's all good. You guys are solid. You guys have nothing to worry about.
Now.
I'm waiting for the last.
There's the guillotine. Oh, yes, Lahara's like, yeah. All right, good. So, seriously, want to bring up Mr. Reddick this morning to talk for a couple opening comments. Then I'm going to talk about a big change that we're going to have. And I don't want to steal too much of our thunder in advance, but I will just plant the seed of saying that in order to get results that you haven't had in the past, in order to get anything in life that you haven't had in the past, you got to do something now that's different. Something now that you haven't done before. Whether that's a commitment level, a skill set, a push, a risk. Here, I'm stealing the thunder again already. So let's have Mr. Reddick.
Alright. So guys, I've talked to a lot of you guys before, but some of you may not have heard me, speak at this particular comment. I started this thing literally out of the breakfast nook of my condo downtown San Diego. Okay, you got to think about where we're going with these goals on the board here. We want to hit Inc. 100, not 500, 100 in 2014. We want to hit the #1 fastest growing company in San Diego in 2014. And probably about 2015, we want to be the best place to work here in San Diego. Okay, those are huge goals, steep goals that we have for ourselves. And we have a roadmap. But one of our challenges has been to get everybody involved to get to where we need to go. You guys need a clear and precise path. You need to know, how do you get to the next level? You need to know what are the barriers and the hurdles and the challenges and all these things that you have to do to get to the next step. Right? And a lot of companies are like that. A lot of people have a hard time pushing through because it's all behind a curtain. Today, we are going to unveil the curtain. So, today we're going to unleash no obstacles, no hurdles, nothing holding you back. Let's get a round of applause. Pretty round of applause. No hurdles, nothing holding you back. We're going to create a clear roadmap for you to get into management, to become a team leader. You don't want to do one of those things? That's okay. You can do some of this stuff. We'll get into that. I don't want to steal his thunder. But think to yourself, here's what we need to do to get here. We need 126 sales reps. Think about how many 126 is.
A lot.
More than 125.
We are down to our core group of 10 to go to this. So think about what that means for 30 team leads. Think about what that means for 15 sales managers in training and 15 sales managers. Okay, we need these positions to be able to support the growth that we're talking about for those goals that were just up there. And today, like I said, we are going to unleash no hurdles, no obstacles, nothing holding you back. Scott Kirkpatrick's going to explain it. Give him a round of applause.
So, I've been doing this 15 years, and I know quite a bit about compensation plans, quite a bit about career paths, and I know that there's no company in San Diego that has the guarantee, that has the structure, that has the promotion path that you're going to see today. None. There are companies that offer this where you can go and create this in a commission-only environment. You could do life insurance sales, you could do real estate, you could do a variety of these types of things where you are capable of rising through the ranks quickly, getting people underneath you, and getting an override. And I'm going to go through all of the details because where we wind up is we're now at a point where we need people to be able to rise and get into leadership positions quickly. And what's been holding everybody back are these obstacles, these hurdles, this stuff that happens in corporate environments. Can you hit next for me? So what we're going to do is break down exactly how this works. The current development levels and a couple tweaks that we have. It's literally going to be this easy. All right, now I'm starting to get fired up. So I got to apologize in advance here, okay? Because this is literally the most exciting thing that I've ever unleashed from a personal development standpoint. Okay? From a personal development standpoint, and putting people in positions where you can get the stuff that you want out of life as quickly as you want to get it. That's the exciting part here. So, we've all heard of the D1 to D4 levels. Okay? In place, it's always been, you get 1,000, you get 3 sales, you hit the skill sets you can get from D1 to D2. Okay? Now, with the changes that we made in pricing, breaking up the S&P, the structure of it, now you can get from D2 to D3 by hitting $14.97 in CPO or just 4 sales of individual units. You can get from D3 to D4 by doing $19.97 in a week or 5 sales. Okay, and yes, that means you literally could sign 5 people up for customer touch. Because everybody that's on the phone with you should buy something. How many people do we talk to that don't follow up with their past customers? How many people do we talk to that don't have Facebook? If they have Facebook, it's a POS that their daughter did for them. It's absolutely horrendous. We already know we can sell the smack out of websites and the smack out of the AdWords, and it's 2012. There's the reference of the year for you. It's 2000. I mean, the internet is not new. It's ridiculous. So now you can move through these ranks by just putting up 5 sales, which I'm sure someone's got to be at least a little bit excited about that. I mean, you could put in, 3 customer touches, 3 customer touches and a website, boom, 1 level. 3 customer touches, a website and a Facebook, boom, the next level. Because we want our people to move through these ranks quickly as possible. Obviously, all of these are based on sales in a week. And in order to get through to the next level, you got to have your critiques done, you got to pass your quizzes online. All the videos are online, you guys have all seen those. There's a quiz next to each one of those. Okay, so you can practice, you can get ready, you can go through those, you can get, it prints out the tests. Everything is available so that you can get through this stuff quickly. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Yes. Can we go next, please? So, once you come into the company, you go D1, D2, which you can do in a week. D2, D3, you can do in a week. D3, D4, you can do in a week. There's an individual in this room that went from D1 to D4 in 5 weeks. In, well, 4 weeks? It was literally a calendar month.
Yeah.
I just can't wrap my head. I mean, that's awesome.
First month.
First month.
Not just
$4 grand.
First month. $4 grand.
I know that guy.
Okay?
He's a
All
real
right, so you can go
jerk
from
off.
beginning to the end of those development levels in your first 30 days. Now, once you do that, now you won't have company needing to do this, company needing to do this. It's literally, I'm at a fork in the road. I can go this way if I just want to be a professional salesman. I want to be a professional sales consultant. I want to hit the phone 7 to 4 every day. I want to come and go as I please. I want to be the man. I want to drive a nice car. I want to be able to leave and, walk my dog on the beach or, do whatever it is that a professional salesperson can do because they have, freedom to come and go as they please. Okay, you can do that. Or you can go into the leadership role. So we know that the professional sales consultant now pays 75% CPO when you're at the D4 level, yes?
Yeah.
Okay? We know that 5 closes in a week gets you $50 cash. Yes?
Yeah.
3 sales in a week get you $100 cash. And yes, that is still just 3 sales in a week. So anybody's on the phone with you, they got to buy at least something. It's $200 and $49 a month. And it's definitely not a bad business decision to be on Facebook professionally or to keep in touch with their past customers. Yes?
Yep.
Now, 25. Once you have 25 S&P sales underneath your belt, then you get a $2,000 guarantee instead of the $1,500. Once you have 100 sales under your belt, then you have a $3,000 guarantee instead of $1,500 to make sure that you're safe, that you're good, that everything's fine for you. You can go next. And the other fork in the road now looks like this. So I've gone through the ranks. I did it in a month. I did it in 2 months. Whatever it may be. I now can choose the path to be a team leader. I can say, listen, this month I've paid for myself. I've already hit D1, D4. This month I've paid for myself. I'm good. I want to go into the management training program. ASAP. I don't want to wait. So, when that happens, you get the $2,000 guarantee instead of the $1,500. You get 75% of CPO on your own personal sales. You got to sell at least $2,500 because the team leader position is a showing what a good job looks like position. If that makes sense. Once you make the management training program, you'll understand that the management system at its most fundamental level works in 3 ways. Number 1, tell them what a good job looks like. Number 2, show them what a good job looks like. Number 3, observe them doing a good job. If they're not doing a good job, then go back and tell them what a good job looks like. Number 2, show them what a good job looks like. And hopefully this time around they're doing a good job. If that doesn't work, hey, we tell them, we show them, and we observe them. And after 3 or 4 times of that, it just may not be the right position for them. If it's not for the right position for them, then we look for another position in the company. If there's not, then we help them move on with their career and then the next opportunity. So, team leader, $2,000 guarantee, 75% commission on your own sales. You can sell as much as you want, just like the professional sales consultant. Okay, 5 closes in a week, $50 bonus. 3 sales in a week, $100 bonus, and you now get a takeover bonus. Which means if somebody comes into the company and they're a D1 and they're blowing the presentation, they're blowing the product segment, they're blowing presenting price, wherever it may be, and they need help, you can jump on that phone call, bring it in, and get $100 cash. You guys with me? Okay. Which I happen to be a big fan of because I know when I was new to sales and I got good fast and the company was growing as fast as it was when I was coming up in the ranks, there were a lot of morons. I'm sorry, there were a lot of D1s, okay, that needed help. So I could have clipped at least, if I did 5 takeovers in a week, there's an extra $500. So if I do 3 sales in a week, make several $100, make $750, and do 5 takeovers in a week, now I'm at $1,250 for a week. You guys with me? Yeah. Okay? And that is at the D1 and D2 level. You get $100. Now, at the D3 level, you get $50 for a takeover. Because a D3 shouldn't need as many takeovers. Everybody with me? D1, got to have a lot of takeovers. D2, got to have a lot of takeovers. D3 shouldn't have that many. What is happening at the TL level is you're being prepared for a manager's position. And the science of this business is a team of about 9 people. Kelson put up his biggest numbers last February. He had 9 people on his team, and he was doing takeovers left and right for the new people that needed it. It's the science. It's been this way for years. So the team leader also gets into the management training program, which is going to be a couple times a week covering the 5 fundamentals of management, the secrets to success in management, how to inspire, how to drive, how to help somebody understand what their career path is, how to work it backwards, how to help that person with personal development. All this stuff is going to be constantly gone over in the management training program. Okay, next for me. So that's the team leader position. Now, there's no obstacles, no hurdles, nothing holding you back. So if you think about it, what Kyle's done is he's figured out magically how we can bring in somebody who's in sales but wants to get into management. Can't tell you how many people we interview on a regular basis, but I'll say, I want to get into management, I want to get into management, I want to get into management. I even had one guy say, I want to get on the phone so I can get off the phones. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, good. Get on the phones, figure it out, then we'll talk about you getting off the phones. Now here, it is results-based, period. Nothing is holding you back but yourself. And Kelson and Kyle and I are here to make sure that you get good fast. Next slide, please. Manager in training. When you promote and develop 4 reps, you become a sales manager in training. So let me explain what that means. You've gone through the ranks, you're now a team lead. Kelson's manager. You're a team leader underneath Kelson. You've been given, because you said, I want to go into the team lead position. You've been given a couple guys. And now you're responsible for takeovers for those 2 guys. You're not managing their morale. You're not managing their skill set. Your job is to help pull money out of them and their closes and show them what a good job looks like. Remember, tell them, show them, observe. Tell them, show them, observe. You're the show. If that makes sense. Okay? Because Kelson's training, I'm training, Kyle's training, everybody's in the sales manager positions are training, developing, critiquing, helping with the skills of pulling calls, helping the person understand what they need to do. So if we're in this room and the team lead's on the floor and this guy's fumbling, team lead jumps on, pulls in that deal. Make sense? That's going to cause profitability on that individual and for the team lead because they're getting their bonuses. They do that well for 2 people. Those 2 people are positive revenue that month. Then they get 2 more. Once they get 2 more, they have 4 people. You guys with me? Once you have 4 team leads that you are assisting and making profitable for the company, you're doing takeovers, boom, 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 pulling revenue and pulling revenue and pulling revenue. The next month, even if we don't like you, had to throw that out. Okay? Even if somebody comes in and they are wholly terrible. Well, California is an at-will state, so if Kyle doesn't like someone, he says, Scott, fire him, then I just have to fire him. But let's just say somebody came in and they were super aggressive and they were big and they were tall and they were huge and they're like, roar! And they come in and they hit D1, D4, they're an animal, and then they bring in 2 people and they suck revenue out of them left and right, bringing it in. Those guys are the most profitable people on the floor. They do it again, most profitable people on the floor. Boom, that guy's 3rd month. He goes into the sales manager and training program, where now he gets $1,500 base, not guaranteed. Not 2,000 or whatever you sell, whatever's higher. As a team lead. Not as a sales rep, 1,500 or whatever you sell, whatever's higher. You guys with me? Mm-hmm. A guarantee. 1,500 guarantee plus 10% of the CPO of that team. So if that team sells 20 grand, then he gets 2,000 of that. You guys with me?
Yeah.
In the 3rd month. Okay, so now the guy's at 3,500. Alright? And most importantly, give me the next slide. You get D1 through D4 bonuses. Which means when you get the person on your team, okay, and they go from D1 to D2, you get $100 cash as a manager. How do you become a D2?
3 sales.
$1,000 in a week or 3 sales. It's no longer both. It's or. So you have some toolhead who came onto your team, sold 3 customer touches because you did takeovers for him. Boom. Or I'm sorry, because the team lead did takeovers for him. The team lead gets boom, boom, boom on each of those, and you get $100 cash. You with me? Okay? The guy goes from D2 to D3, you get $200 cash. The guy goes from D3 to D4, you get $300 cash. Which I'm pretty excited about. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited about that. And somebody goes from being a team leader into the training program, into the sales management training, you get a $500 cash bonus on that guy. So this bulldog that comes in and goes D1 to D4, you're fortunate enough to have him on your team. He goes D1 to D4. You got these bonuses on him as he's going D1 to D4. He goes into team lead. He's popping takeovers left and right. So your CPO is going up. 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 You're getting 10% on that whole override. And now he gets good enough. He's got 4 people on his team that he's made profitable for you. You kick him out into the manager's training program and you get $500 cash. Boom. Thank you, sir, which is $1,100 per pop, each person that you develop. The difference is, this industry becomes, should you choose to, should you want to, becomes, rather than a sales position, a people development position. A people development business. Because that's what's kept me sane all these years. I've been teaching people how to cold call and sell stuff in a 2-step process and websites and all this stuff for 15 years. What's kept me sane is understanding I'm in the people development business. That's really what I do. That's really my forte. It's how to help somebody go from a nasty ball of clay. You should have seen me when I got into the industry, too. I was a wreck. I was a wreck. Oh my God, I had long hair. shaved. I had corduroys going on. My goodness. And my mentor looked at me and said, all right, well, he's smart. He's fired up. He's committed. He's definitely got a why. Put a little into me and boom. Okay, so we're in the people development business. Hit next, please. Now, you do that 8 people strong. You do that 8 people strong. Then you become a sales manager. And remember, the whole time we got the manager's training program going on. A couple times a week, we're reading books, we're studying, we're working hard. I'm critiquing you, critiquing people. Kelson's critiquing you, critiquing people. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay? So now you become a sales manager. And remember, if you don't want this path, you can just be a professional salesman. But if you do want this path, there's no obstacles, no hurdles, no nothing, just results. If you want it, you can go get it. You build 8 people underneath you. You are a sales manager. Your base goes to $3,000. You get your 10% pay, 10% of the total CPO. You get the D1 to D4 bonuses, and the company's going to pay you first with $1,000. With the first $1,000 of profit goes directly to you off that team. So at plan, an average person performing in this role is going to make $84,000. Average. Built that way because that's what salary.com says a new manager inside sales needs to earn in San Diego. You guys with me?
Yeah.
$84,000 at average performance. So obviously someone good can blow it out of the water. Someone not so good, they're fumbling a little bit, they'll make, 70, 75. At plan, average performance, $84,000 a year. If you want to go into the management program. You can make $100,000 just selling stuff. Easy. You can make $100,000 doing this. Easy. Next slide, please. So, to review, the way it looks is somebody comes in, D1, D2, D3. They pass that. You can knock that all out in a week. Been done before. With, forgive me, less than stellar product. Right? Average websites, etc. Going in, boom, boom, boom. D1, D2, D3. Bam. Okay, now they hit D4. You got a path here at this point. You have an unbelievable product. You can go in here and you can sell the smack out of it as the professional. Okay, now, if you want to, you can go into the team leader program. How do you get into the team leader program?
You help.
What's that?
You help out.
You develop.
And develop.
That's what you do as a team leader. Yes. How do you get into the program?
Make a choice.
You say, hey, Mr. Reddick, I'm D4. I'm profitable this month. I'd like to get into the management training program, please. No hurdles, no obstacles, just results. I've done it. I've knocked it out. I've built it. I've said, okay, great. I want to get into this role. Put me in, coach. Then we go in and we jump in. Our first job as a team lead is to help this sales manager bring revenue in off this team. We're the show 'em, right? Remember, tell them, show them, observe them, tell them, show them, observe them, tell them, show them, observe them. So we are the show them at the team leader role. Somebody wants to go from team lead to sales manager and train, they get how many people on their team?
4.
4. That's it. Those 4 people are profitable. Boom, boom, boom. They say, okay, now I want to go into the sales. Or now you automatically are a sales manager in training. Sales manager in training, your compensation changes. Becomes $1,500 plus 10% of your team plus the D1 to D4 bonuses. And it's a very exciting time. Then you do that where you've got 4 people, then you get 2 more people your next month because you're profitable. You get 2 more people the next month because you're profitable. You're at 8 people. Now you become a sales manager. So your compensation changes. It becomes $3,000 plus the 10% plus the D1 to D4 bonuses plus the first $1,000 profit on your team. So there's no hurdles, no obstacles, no nonsense, nothing holding you back. Only your yourself. And when I was driving in this morning, I'm listening to stuff because I definitely come from the school of thinking what you're putting in your noggin every day, constantly, is what you're getting out. The words that are going in are the words that are going to come out. That information that's coming in is going to come out. It's going to affect your entire reality. So if you're cruising in your car just listening to, I don't know, Slayer, and you're, just destroying your mind every day, or listening to some mindless pop, okay, that's an opportunity that you missed to program yourself. Because make no mistake about it, society has already programmed us. And they've already built these structures in there, and they've already put this stop in, and put this stop in, and put this stop in, and there's nothing holding you back. There's no obstacles, no hurdles, no nothing. If you really want it, you can get it. And in order to get it, you got to do something different today than you were doing yesterday. You got to do something different today than you were doing yesterday. Whether that's better rapport, whether that's more solid appointment, whether that's higher value in yourself, whether it's putting the right information in your noggin, whether it's the freedom of a comp plan like this, you got to get up and do it. See, what's been happening in the company is, do you guys know the concept about the fleas in the jar with the lid? Okay, the flea, I don't know if you know this, but the flea is the entity on the planet that can jump the farthest based on its body size. It can jump something miraculous, like 3 or 4 feet. I mean, it's ridiculous how far it can jump. Okay? And a flea gets conditioned. It gets conditioned, just like we get conditioned. So if you take a flea, the thing that can jump the farthest on the planet, and you put it inside a jar, and you put the lid on, okay? What's going to happen is it's going to start jumping. And it's going to do what? It's going to hit the lid. It's going to jump, 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 jump. Gotta hope Deb doesn't get a hold of this video. And you are just going tongue, and the flea is just hitting the top of the jar. Over and over and over and over and over and over. And finally, after time, what happens? Flea doesn't start jumping. It just starts jumping right below the top of the lid. This is a known fact. This is real. And you can literally take the lid off of the jar and set it down, and the flea will not jump out. It will not leave the jar.
Condition.
It's been conditioned. It's been shown. This is what you look like. This is what you behave like. So in order to get different results, you got to put different stuff in your head. You got to put a different action on your mind. You got to have a different reason to do it, because there's nothing holding you back. There's nothing holding you back. And Kyle and Kelson have worked their tail off to build this company. There's people in this room that have been here for over a year and a half. You guys have put it in. You've paid your dues. You've put it in. Now it's time to take it. It's time to take it. You gotta decide, I'm gonna get it. And that's just a choice. So, nothing will hold you back. No obstacles. No hurdles. Not even Kelson and I will hold you back. You guys